you ever knew why.
Hey, John Hollis with Rockers in Recovery. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. Rockers in Recovery Media is dedicated to carrying the message of addiction recovery education, and we do it through music, news, events, festivals, and taking place within and not limited to the sober and clean community. Today is a great day. Any day we're above dirt and sober and clean is a great day. We have Mike Zito, Bluesman In Recovery. Let me tell you a little back line on Mike. In 2011, we were doing a festival in the Keys, and Mike was one of the performers, and I was able to interview him then and a few times before then, and just an amazing story, an amazing man, and he gives back to the community in a huge way. We're going to bring Mike on, and we're going to talk about recovery, music and recovery, and we're going to talk about some other things that are happening with Mike. Mike, welcome to the show, and thank you for, scheduling the time. I know you're in the studio, and you got a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, man, I'm happy to be here, John. How you doing?
Good, brother. Thank you so much. And listen, there's some great stuff at Mike's website. If you go to MikeZito.com and you click on blog, his last blog, Bluesman In Recovery, is amazing. Take a read. Mike, tell us a little bit about your recovery process. How did it happen for you?
Well, it's a pretty long, drawn-out story. I mean, for years, I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri, and for years I played music and I drank and I did drugs. And like anybody else, eventually it just really took over. And things that mattered to me, like family and music and things, that kind of took a back seat, overall. And I just focused on drugs and drinking. And it, once it got to that point, it didn't last long. Within a couple of years, I was pretty low down, and I ran away to Florida, trying to kind of escape some drug dealers, and thinking I would get a fresh start. And I realized that anywhere I go, there I am, and things were just as bad or worse there. And I ended up in Texas, and it all came down to I just got to a point where I'd had enough. And I met a woman that's now my wife. We've been married for over 12 years. She was very supportive, and maybe you need to get some help. And I started going to some meetings and realized that this is the place for me. This is what I've been looking for. And so my sobriety date is clean date is October 28th, 2003. And at that point I just realized that I really had something wrong with me. So I can't play music. That's the least of my problems, because I have children, and really kind of focused that first year on the program and learning how to work the steps and things going. But it's like within a year, I was playing some music again and started to feel comfortable that I could play music, be around what I was around before, because I'd changed. I changed in a big way. My thinking had changed. My personality had begun to change. The old saying that when you're spiritually fit, you could go anywhere. And that became very true for me. And so recovery was first, and it has been first now. It's 13 and a half years. That's the priority, and everything kind of follows suit after that. And with that type of keeping things in line, it's really worked for me. It continues to work for me. So recovery is a big part of everything I do.
Mike, good stuff. One of the things that I also want to touch on is that over the last several years, you've been honored with the Blues Foundation Blues Music Award nominee. And 2017 is the newest one, and you have Make Blues Not War. That's your new album that's out, CD that's out, and tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, man. Well, I recorded this record last year in Nashville with a great producer named Tom Hambridge. I just kind of wanted to make a fun, like blues rock record, something fun, kind of like the music I grew up listening to, Johnny Winter and Stevie Ray Vaughan, and just all that kind of really fun guitar rock and blues. I just wanted to do that, and we did. We went and made a record like that, the title track came about because, I just get so tired of all of the news and all of the crap and all of the negative stuff that I thought, man, let's write a song. It's not so heavy and political. It's kind of a fun song, but just like, man, turn the news off. I mean, life's pretty good out here in the day-to-day. You know, when you put what's in front of you, it's our problems are my problems especially are few to none. I'm very blessed, you know. So that was kind of the theme behind the record, to go out and bring, you know, used to just listen to music and have a good time, man. And that was kind of the plan. Yeah, so I've been lucky, man. That record did really well. It opened up at #1 on the Billboard Blues charts, and it's been a big boost, you know, to my career. So we're out doing. That's what I'm out doing all year. I'm out playing that record and touring and having a good time.
Do you find when you're on the road, because you're open about your recovery, people approach you?
Yes, absolutely. You know, people always ask me, like, well, do you get to go to a lot of meetings? How do you do this? How do you do that? You know, and recovery is such a daily part of everything I do. It's twofold. I mean, one, I'm always looking for that opportunity to, like, kind of break from the actual tasks at hand and get a good reminder of what's really going on. So I'm really fortunate. People show up on the road. Everywhere I go, every gig I play, there's never a show or something I'm doing where somebody in recovery is not there. That somebody doesn't show up and come talk to me. Even if we talk for 5 minutes and we check up on each other and we talk about, man, how blessed we are, or we end up having a mini meeting, you know, that seems to happen every day. And so I'm really, really happy about that. And, of course, I stay in touch every day. I mean, I may not get to go to a meeting every day, but, you know, I'm in a group email. I'm in a group text with my sponsor. I get things every day. I'm reading, you know, every day. And sure enough, I show up to the gig to play somewhere that I've never been before. And at least a couple of people show up and they come and, hey, man, how you doing? You know, I'm a friend of Bill's, or you know, I'm in the program, or and then we sit and talk for a few minutes. I'm really lucky that way, and I think it's because obviously I've put recovery as a big part of everything I do, so people know who I am and what I do, and you know, it also attracts people that come and want to ask me. You know, I've been having a lot of trouble, or you know, and I can't stop drinking, and I've been really liking your music. I get that a lot too, you know. Get a lot of chances to talk to somebody and maybe try to suggest going to a meeting. So it's pretty awesome.
Amazing how everything works out over the years. I mean, I've watched you and your writing ability and just what you put out. It all, you know, it's funny, you were talking earlier about, you know, you came to Florida and Greyhound and, you know, it came out and, you know, that was, you know, really, really writing's about recovery, and you put that in there. I mean, you have no problem, you know, writing things like one step at a time, change your ways. Do you use that as a therapeutic tool for yourself?
It is. No, it absolutely is. You know, it's funny because, I mean, I wrote songs since I was a kid. My mom wrote a lot of poetry, so I always wrote songs and words, and that always seemed to kind of come natural to write and want to write. But really, good songs were hit or miss before I got clean and sober, because you know, the subject matter was girls and sex and partying, and you know, every now and then I'd have a good one. I'd write a song, but I didn't really know I was writing a good song or not, because it wasn't really in my right mind, you know. So once I got clean and sober, it was like, wow, immediately I thought, whoa, I have a lot to write about. Like, I have a lot of things I want to write about. And being a writer, I mean, the writer that I am is all about sharing where I'm coming from or my feelings or my experiences. Like I don't really have a wall up about I don't want people to know this about me. Like I really don't. I don't care what they know. I mean, I don't have anything to hide, and that I think that vulnerability is what makes it relatable to people. That I think that's what people like. That I think the best writing is, and I don't think I'm the best writer, but I think the best writing that I like is when I feel like someone's really honest and really sharing, and I can identify with that honesty. So, I just kind of started letting it all hang out, and of course, now that's been a process too. I mean, I've really shared my story in my music, from the dark times and in the good times, in recovery, and to the point of really kind of sharing my story along 2 albums. I had the album Greyhound, where I talked about running away, and then the next record is called Gone to Texas, and that's about getting it all together and getting sober and finding recovery. And then I start to find myself in a spot like, well, what are you going to write about now? Like, you've shared it all. Now what have you got? And that's kind of where I got on this last album, where I thought I kind of need some help. I need to start over. Kind of go, okay, let's go back to why you got into this kind of blues genre to begin with, is because I got turned on by. So I kind of made a departure from sharing kind of more the deep songwriting and just kind of got back to playing guitar. And I really got myself in a position now where I think, okay, you know how to write songs, you know how to, you're going to need to start to work harder now and really spend time on writing tunes. It's been a real process, I do write my blog maybe once a month or so, and that's even not as frequent as it used to be because, after a while things get pretty good. So then I have to actually take time to think about something I need to write about. And I started writing that because I was on the road and I couldn't make meetings, and I had some resentment or something was bothering me, and I needed to get it out. So I wrote a blog like I was sharing at a meeting, and not that I don't have trouble or problems, but the way I deal with them today, I seem to have a calmness about, well, it's going to be all right. It always is. I trust the process. And so as a writer, I'm getting myself in a position now to like, okay, it's time to dig in and really become a writer and start to try to open up my mind to what's around me and find new things to write about.
If you're tuning in with us right now, we're talking with Mike Zito, Bluesman In Recovery, and you can check out Mike at MikeZito.com. Mike's a great bluesman, and I've been able to see him live in a most amazing show. He has some shows coming up. If you go to MikeZito.com and you click on shows, he's got shows that are happening from New Jersey to Florida to Pennsylvania, Texas, Missouri, Nevada. You're all over the place, man. That's a good thing. Recovery brings road trips, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does. And it's funny, all those places you mentioned, I can tell you where most of the meetings are.
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, it does. It's great, man. To get out and that's one of the things that's really fun is getting to get out around the country and meet new people and see different parts of the world, and then and think, wow, this is really different, and then get to a meeting in Nevada and go, it's the same meeting, same people, same thing going on, like right at home. I've walked into a room that's exactly where I'm comfortable. Yeah.
Mike, I want to thank you so much for being on the show with us today. It's MikeZito.com, and congratulations to you on all of your efforts and all the things that you've been able to accomplish. since the last time we talked, and I look forward to hearing more from you and talking more with you in the future.
Thank you so much, John. I really appreciate everything you do, and I'm so glad you stuck on me. I get a little busy running around, and this was something I always like to do. So I hope we can do it again. And again, thank you for having me on.
No, man, thank you. I appreciate that, but you know something, it's always an honor to hear somebody that actually goes out and does the footwork and does it helps me and it gives me hope, and I'm sure along with the rest of the listeners. You're a great guy, well blessed, and it's all because of the footwork that you do.
Well, thank you, John.
Brother, good talking with you. We'll talk soon. Mike Zito at MikeZito.com. And thank you again, Mike, for being on. We'll talk soon.
Absolutely. Take care.
All right, brother. All right, guys. You go out with Change Your Ways and one step at a time. You guys enjoy your day. RockersInRecovery.com is where you can find out more information. If you need help or you're in a situation where you need to, call somebody, because you need help. RIR helpline is 888-885-4898. Please call and get the help that you need. Again, that is 888-885-4898. And thank you for listening. Here we go. Change Your Ways.
Something that I just don't see. How can I I'm gonna show you what I made of. Hell, I'm gonna shed this skin. I'm gonna rise the bird. Yeah, you see, I'm gonna change my ways. That's what you want from me. Change my ways. That's what you want from me. But how can I change something that I just don't see? How can I change my ways?
Have a great day.
I don't know what keeps this whole big thing going around, but I'm all for it. I was thanking God for not being there. Yeah, I thought I was the only one, yeah, who never got anything done. Oh, I was hiding in anger and fear on that high and lonesome road. One step at a time, I trust these in mine to carry me on where I belong. And I will lay my burden down, yeah, down on this solid ground. Maybe one day I know how to quiet them. This crazy soul, baby, one step at a time. I was living too hard, baby, yeah, I was breaking everyone's heart. Oh, I was losing my friends again and again. Looking back, I wish I had known. Oh, I didn't have to walk alone. But I got lucky, I got a chance to make a man on that high and lonesome road. One step at a time, I trust
Okay, keep your eyes closed.
Okay.
I want to show you my first ever painting.
All right.
Okay. Open your eyes.
Oh, that's a lot of colors.